youngster.
Okay, thank you. Good afternoon, all of you. It's an honor to be here again. I think this is my second speech as chairman of CAS International and CAS Accra for that matter. And I'll take this opportunity to welcome all of you, especially the representatives of the Honorable Minister of Trade, Industry and Agribusiness, the Director General of Ghana Standards Authority, Professor Alex Dodu, Chief Executives of all regulatory bodies present, including Mr. Dr. Kenneth Ashigbe, who is my good friend, captains of industries, CEOs, private sectors, representatives, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen here, and those watching us live from ChannelOne TV. Good afternoon once again, and a heartfelt welcome to this landmark event, World Consumer Rights Day 2025, and the launch of the State of Consumer Rights in Ghana 2025, insights into awareness, satisfaction, and recommendations for reform. As the board chair of CAS Accra, and drawing from my years of service as a justice of the Supreme Court of Ghana, it is both an honor and a profound responsibility to address you today. We stand at a defining moment in our nation's journey towards justice, fairness, and equity, not only in the courts, but in the everyday lives of our 33 million citizens as consumers. World Consumer Rights Day is observed annually on March 15th to raise awareness about consumer rights and promote their protection globally. It originated in 1983, as was said by the MC, inspired by a historic speech by the US President John F. Kennedy on March 15, 1962, in which he addressed Congress and outlined 4 basic consumer rights, which are the right to safety, the right to be informed, the right to choose, and to be heard. This speech laid the foundation for the modern consumer movement, and Consumers International, a global federation of consumer organizations, later established the day to commemorate and advance these principles. The day aims to empower consumers, which we are all consumers, to advocate for fair and safe market practices and pressure governments and businesses to uphold and strengthen consumer protections, focusing a more equitable and accountable marketplace worldwide. CAS is celebrating it today instead of last Saturday. Today's gathering serves a dual purpose: celebrating World Consumer Rights Day and the launch of the State of Consumer Rights in Ghana 2025, insights into awareness, satisfaction, and recommendations for reform. This study is a pioneering effort, the first of its kind in Ghana, traversing 8 vital sectors that shape our daily existence. And these are water, electricity, telecommunications, banking, road safety, e-commerce, waste management, and aviation. Never before has a single report so comprehensively captured the pulse of the Ghanaian consumer across such a diverse array of services. With data drawn from a survey of 1,795 consumers nationwide, enriched by focus group discussions and qualitative interviews, this report lays bare the realities of consumer awareness, satisfaction, and the pressing need for reform. It is a clarion call to action, rooted in evidence and amplified by the voices of the people. Yet, this is not a task that CAS intends to shoulder alone, nor should it be a one-off endeavor. Consumer empowerment is a collective mission, one that demands sustained commitment across time and sectors. To this end, I extend a heartfelt invitation to the private sector, regulatory authorities, and all well-meaning Ghanaians to join us in this noble cause. Your partnership, whether through resources, expertise, or advocacy will ensure that this initiative evolves annually, adapting to new challenges and opportunities. Together, we can forge a movement that places the consumer at the center of Ghana's economic and social progress. Let me be unequivocal. This report is not destined to be a ceremonial artifact, unveiled before cameras today only to gather dust tomorrow. No. CAS is resolute in its pledge to translate its findings into action. CAS will collaborate closely with key regulatory bodies, the Public Utilities Regulatory Commission, PURC, the National Communications Authority, NCA, the National Road Safety Authority, NRSA, the Ghana Civil Aviation Authority, GCAA, and the Bank of Ghana, BOG, to confront the concerns raised by Ghanaians head-on. I trust we can count on all the corporations or all the regulatory bodies. Whether it is the frustration of erratic water supply, frequent power outages, unreliable telecommunications, unsafe roads or information asymmetry in banking services, these are not mere inconveniences. They are breaches of the social contract that we have signed with them, and these demand remedy. This resolve is strengthened by the fact that CAS shared this report with all concerned regulators, and their feedback and comments have sharpened its insights, ensuring it reflects a collaborative spirit. As a retired judge of the Supreme Court, I've spent decades upholding the rule of law and safeguarding the rights of Ghanaians. Today, I see consumer rights as an extension of that mission, a fundamental pillar of justice that touches every household, every business, and every community. In a real sense, all life is interrelated because, for example, the ECG managing director consumes data from MTN and also uses water, for example. MTN CEO requires water from Ghana Water Company and safer roads to drive on. The bank manager needs a stable electricity supply to function as well as adequate portable water. Whether you are a service provider or a regulator, the least common denominator is that we are all consumers of each other's products or services. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is the hope that the Ministry of Trade, Industry and Agribusiness and Government will heed this call and pass the long overdue consumer protection law this year. Such a law will provide a unified framework to protect consumers, bridge regulatory gaps, and empower citizens to demand accountability from service providers. The absence of this legislation remains a glaring void in our legal system, and its enactment is a step we can no longer delay. In closing, I reaffirm that this launch is not an end, but a beginning. The evidence before us, painstakingly gathered and meticulously analyzed, offers a roadmap for reform. It challenges us to build a Ghana where every consumer is informed, empowered, and respected. Let me repeat this again. The evidence before us, painstakingly gathered and meticulously analyzed, offers a roadmap for reform. It challenges us to build a Ghana where every consumer is informed, empowered, and, I dare say, respected. I urge all stakeholders here today, government, regulators, private sector, civil society, and the media, to seize this moment. Let us work together to ensure that the rights of the Ghanaian consumer are not just aspirations on paper, but lived realities in our markets, our homes, and our streets. Thank you, and may this report light the path towards a more just and consumer-centric Ghana. Thank you.